This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Introduction. Earlier research has indicated that there is a strong positive correlation between wearing uniforms and academic performance. Furthermore, the use of uniforms has had a control on social behavior. Decency is of the essence for any scholar or even worker. The issue of putting on a uniform in the different spheres of life cannot be underrated, it should instead be taken with due importance. Different countries in the world have their own standardized mode of dressing depending on their cultures, religion, or social class. For any successful learning institution, the selection criterion for a uniform is an aspect that should be taken with great consideration. The combination of colors, for example, may affect the student's comfort as well as the public view and perception of the institution. The issue of cost should also be put in check. This is because, in many third-world countries like Lesotho, it was found that the school dropout rate is very high due to the fact that many families cannot afford the high price of uniforms. Other countries have no regard for school uniforms due to their past history. A good example is Italy, where children were forced to wear uniforms in and out of school during the Second World War. Behavior and school uniforms. Dropping out and breaking laws tend to be the common responses for students who have negative experiences in school. Schools are supposed to offer a constructive, positive, secure, and safe environment for learning. Students should feel protected enough to discover, explore, and build up their scholarly and social competencies. There is no conclusive tangible evidence that shows that wearing uniforms has a direct link to improved academic performance. Nevertheless, there exists evidence of fewer discipline problems and violence among students in countries that have implemented a uniform policy. The school attendance rate is also higher. As mentioned in the introduction, school uniforms have had an impact on behavior, either positively or negatively. The National Educational Longitudinal Study of 1988 carried out an experiment on a group of learners. They later carried out a regression analysis, and it was found that the correlation was either tending to zero or away from zero. Depending on their results, uniforms were either encouraged or discouraged. Separate researchers like Oxford University Press, however, found the opposite as far as behavior was concerned. Diverse uniform roles. Uniforms have played a major role both physically, behaviorally, and socially. Currently, a learner in a uniform tends to shun away from misconduct since it is known to society that he or she is a pupil or learner from a particular institution. Secondly, uniforms bring an outward professional or academic impact. Uniforms increase the attention of students in class as they do not concentrate on what their fellow students are wearing. Uniforms also help level the socio-economic playing field and provide the students with a sense of community. Disadvantages of school uniforms. Various research shows that wearing uniforms reduces the student's responsibility to make mature decisions about what to wear. Uniforms also get in the way of clothes that should be worn as a religious obligation, such as hijabs for Muslim girls. Financially, parents have to spend more money on clothing for the students to have different sets of clothes for school and home, which might be quite expensive. Emerging trends in uniforms. There is a notable current trend in the design of uniforms. Female students, for example, have always lobbied that their uniforms should be designed in a more modern, fashionable way to accommodate the rapid change in the social environment. Currently, uniforms can be designed online. In this case, a potential buyer visits the lab and chooses a uniform, designs it, and orders for the same. In addition to this, there are online professionals who are hired to design for the willing buyers. Corporate uniforms have also been introduced in learning institutions for the staff and students. They promote a corporate image as well as the look of the organization, which appears unique in nature. Other current trends involve a change in the way young learners used to dress. Most of the primary schools used to put on shorts for young boys mandatory. It has, however, emerged that even preschool boys are allowed to put on trousers, thus changing the nature of the uniform and culture. Conclusion. From the above research, it has emerged that there is more to uniforms than mere wearing of the same. With the changes in our social-cultural environment and the dynamism of technology, it is important that society and learning institutions work together to promote a modest dress code for uniforms. However, decency needs not be ignored as a matter of fact. Regarding costs, it is of paramount importance that the providers of these uniforms set a price that is affordable and reasonable to prevent a mixture of casual wear that may not be controlled or even standardized. Did you like this school uniform correlation between wearing uniforms and academic performance sample? To get more works like this one, make sure to check out the free database of academic paper examples at ivypanda.com. You will find thousands of samples for all your study needs, without even having to register.